Welcome to the jungle. Um, all right. Well, I could not, deny this. I don't know how you want to explain it. This feeling, being reached out to, uh, someone in the family that I've been talking about, Uncle Creepy, has either died or is dying, like is in a bad way. Um, and his siblings doing the witchcraft and whatnot to make people not talk, to not tell what's going on. I hate to tell you, you siblings of his, not one of you are getting your hands on this, okay? No matter what you do, no matter what witchcraft you do, but he's, getting his karma, or has already gotten his karma. This feeling that I'm getting, it's coming from his higher self, which he denied. So he's been about putting his karma on everyone else, including his siblings. So, my grandparents worked their ass off. That I remember. Them having a lot of money or land or whatever it is, I didn't know about because they all kept it from me. And my not aunt, but my actual mother, I was told that she was my aunt. Yeah, I'm sweating my ass off, so my hair's sticking to me. She sold me, so you don't have any rights over me whatsoever. And y'all can't, run this the way that you want to, These people don't realize, your karma's coming for you. Nothing can stop it. So you either need to clear your karmic debt, get shit and make things right, and make it right for your family and your other kids. Now, as far as Lucifer, Ace and J, back when I was growing up, his last name was, we'll say, Vans E. Ace and J, Vans E. If you can't figure that out, biggest piece of shit I've ever known in my life. I would almost say Loki. But Loki's way nicer than this piece of shit. Incest is not going to fix him. He's a child born of incest. Okay? My mother needs to face the truth and tell the truth. She's only my biological mother. She's nothing else. A very sick and twisted individual. But y'all can't do this. You can't do this anymore. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna know. You're not gonna stop me from knowing. I haven't even talked to my kids, but they're doing this. I don't know if my older kids realize or not, but my youngest child has been kidnapped and being held hostage. They think they're talking to him, but you're not talking to him. That's not him. Either that or he's being restricted so much. But they're mirroring phones. They've done it with mine. They've done it with his. They've done it with everyone's because they steal from people. It's what they do. Who's running the shadow government? These people. Okay? I don't care. People tell you, oh, Rothschild, this and this. There's all kinds of actors out there that are paid to be out there. Why? Because they wanted them to get their karma. The karma of, Uncle Creepy and the rest of the siblings that, my grandparents' kids, in other words. They were so greedy, so materialistic, that's why they didn't leave anything with them. They left it with me, and they stole it. There's karma to pay for that. So, you can choose to go through hella karma or not. His siblings and whoever else was involved. Karma still comes. It's literally do as you would be done by. So what you're doing to others, you're manifesting it. You're saying, universe, this is what I want. The universe has no way of, this, that, or the other. It's just going to give you what you're manifesting. So you can't put the blame on someone else. All these people, my grandparents' kids, all the problems that they've had, they put the blame on me, and I had nothing to do with it. It was like a little baby, and they were blaming me. That makes no sense. They just don't want to take responsibility for the things that they've done. Like, who does that? Like, time to grow up. Put on the, grown-up pants and be a grown-up. My mother thinking like she's some star mother. You're like the worst mother ever. There is no worse mother. That's just the truth. And stay away from my kids. There's karma for that too. There's karma for everything that you're doing. Okay? So, you either do right, or you can face your karma, and karma can come quickly. Karma never loses an address, and you can't run away from it. You can't run away from God. You can't run away from any of that. Oh, and by the way, because I had mentioned something about Jordan Maxwell, but I did say that keep out and keep in mind that he was just looking at the dark side of things, because he says, oh, Lucifer is Venus. No, Lucifer is not a woman. Venus would be a woman, or Aphrodite. Okay, that is not Lucifer. Lucifer's Peter Pan. You go watch the very beginning of Peter Pan. What is he doing? He's sewing someone else's shadow on him that he stole. So that's what he does. He goes around and steals people's energy to wear it on him so that people don't see that he's, really Dexter. There's that movie Dexter, movie or show, whatever the hell it is, on one of them cable channels. And he's a murderer. He's, a sick, twisted individual. There's the Mentalist with Red John. Well, who do you think Uncle Creepy is? The Satanist, the murderer. That's what these people do. I remember being a child, and Uncle Creepy, known as Samael, was telling me, no, you sacrifice an animal and the blood runs and that washes the sins. No, it don't. What? That is like the sickest, twistedest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I told him that. And this is how insane people think. How many people do we have in the church that believe that a cow being sacrificed is a good thing? Really think about what that means, what they're actually saying. They're literally, without you realizing it, they're using symbolism for saying that they want to kill Mother Mary. They're sick. This is what you're dealing with, some very sick, twisted individuals. And, the police involved and CPS involved in taking my child so that they can, be a party to kidnapping and human trafficking. There's karma for all of that. So you best do the right thing. Apologize, pay your karmic debt, pay whatever you owe, make right everything. If you've taken something of someone else's, that's stealing. You need to return it, because I'm telling you, people, you will be haunted. You will feel like you're being chased. You will go to sleep, if you get to sleep, and you will feel chased in your dreams, because there is something chasing you. You better deal with your karma. This is telling people this so that they don't have to go through these horrible things. I don't understand it. And they want to get mad at someone or be afraid of this or that. Well, you just don't seem to get it. And I'm talking to these wicked people now. This is to save you, to save your soul. All these people think about is greed and materialism, Confirmation. That bird chirping. What a beautiful sounding bird. But, for the people that aren't doing these things, everyone needs to have self-reflection, turn to God to heal, because that karma is not a game. It's not a game. But I know that, Uncle Creepy, I call him Uncle Creepy. I was told he was my dad and grew up with him supposedly being my dad. The mother I supposedly had wasn't my mother. I grew up and even called them a so-called family. I just didn't feel they were my family. I nothing in common with them. It was like bizarro world. I don't know how else to explain it. These people laugh. They want me out homeless. Whatever. They want me starving. They want me to go through this and that. They want the worst for me. And it's literally because it's how they're feeling about themselves inside over the things that they've done. But harming someone else and making someone else hurt so that you can laugh at it, that's sick. It's really sick and twisted. I don't get it. But you're not changing anything. You're not changing your karma. Your karma's still coming, and it's a lot worse because you did these things. But for, them doing all this witchcraft and trying to do all this to make it like, I won't know, I won't find out. Of course I'm going to find out. Are they stupid? I'm going to know. So stop hiding it. Stop hiding it. And this is all these people want to do, is keep me from having a home and land to, live on and like grow food or whatever. I mean, they don't want me to have peace because they don't have peace. But if they dealt with all their karmic, debt and got everything cleansed, they wouldn't feel that way. They'd feel happy. They'd feel peaceful. It doesn't make sense. Matter of fact, anyone out there, if you do not feel peaceful, or maybe you just think you do, we've been in a matrix. We've been in a matrix. All these systems, I mean, you know that systems come from, think of the word system, sewer system. You have to look at like the Latin root of all these words and where it comes from. Like, Jordan Maxwell has a lot of information. So does David Wilcock. And what, he supposedly died or committed suicide. Something's funny going on there. Something real funny. Is these people doing witchcraft, or that didn't happen, something else happened. I mean, I hadn't really delved into it yet, but, if I want to know, I'll find out. Ascension is about coming up higher and healing, okay? If you want to know these things, there's the Akashic records. So you go through ascension, you heal your chakras. This stuff isn't bullshit. There's, these people want to study me, how this, how that. Well, the more you go through, the more you know. Okay? It's, be careful what you pray for, because you can pray for wisdom, but you're going to go through some rough shit in order to get it. Okay? Or if others have it, you need to pray for discernment and the wisdom to at least know the difference if someone's lying to you or not. That's what everyone needs to have. You've got to know the truth if you can't see it. The reason why the systems are set up the way it is and the TV and all that is because if someone's been lied to their whole life, they're just going to believe it. Blind faith that, oh, this is true, that, oh, well, God wrote the Bible, the scribes wrote the Bible. No, Samael wrote the Bible, okay? And before him, it was Rasputin. And see, now I'm seeing really pretty clear what happened with Rasputin was Lucifer and Samael, going way back. I'm not excusing any of these people for what they've done. They still did what they did. But these, Samael and Lucifer, and of course my mother, and, these other fucking people in the family, doing this witchcraft and harming people because they're sick and twisted and bitter in the heart. If you do not heal your heart, then your heart dies and you don't live. Something's going to go wrong there. You have to heal your heart. So you're doing your own karma. You can't blame anyone else for that. Okay? No matter who you are. You thinking that you're going to lie and hide stuff, you really can't do that. That's the end of the old world and the old systems and all that stuff. It's time for it all to end and change. You can't do this to people. Steal, kill, and destroy. That's what Satan does. And that's what these people have been doing. You know them by their fruit. If they're stealing, killing, and destroying, that's a Satanist. What do you think the Pope is? Okay? These are not good people. A lot of the people that are high up are not good people. Okay? Just because they put someone on TV and make it seem like they're good doesn't mean they're good. And vice versa. You can say all kinds of shit about somebody, but that doesn't mean that it's true either. You've got to have the discernment, because there's people that have been lying, and they've had who owns the airwaves? Satan owns the airwaves. Well, he did. But not anymore. Okay? But obviously, his higher self is reaching out to me because either, he had a stroke, and why I'm getting that feeling, and maybe there's something to do with, like end-of-life procedures or something like that. Maybe he's, alive in that sense by machines, but clinically dead. I don't know. But I'm getting that so strong, and I have been actually for days. I'm like, what is going on here? There's no denying it. I can just feel it. It's energies, you know. I'm an energy reader. I could probably do a lot better with the tarot if I could see the cards. Maybe I need giant cards. I don't know. You know, to see the pictures on it. I don't mean like literally giant cards, but I need some better glasses, that's for sure. Instead of like the cheap reading glasses that break. It's just energy reading. I don't know how else to explain it, but it does. It takes a lot out of you. You know, you have to really take good care of yourself. That's why these people want to try to harm and destroy and kill. We don't want everyone to know our secrets. Well, you know, them skeletons come banging out the closet regardless. They just do. So you need to have that self-reflection. You need to pray to God to heal. And literally 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, if my people, you know, that means God's people, turn, you know, they, you know, turn to him and rebuke their sins, okay? Turn away from their wickedness. He will hear from them and heal their land, okay? It'll change everything, and it is up to every individual, and that includes, you know, the homeless people who've been attacked. There's a lot of them been attacked, a lot have been human trafficked, and then there's the ones that are the human traffickers that are still doing the same thing and haven't changed. That karma's going to come kick that ass. So you make your own choice. You have to do this coming to Jesus moment where you're, you know, praying to God and praying to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, and it's, you know, speak out to the universe and let the universe know your intention, what it is you want. You want to heal, or you want karma to come and, you know, mop the floor with you. Which way do you want it? Who and what do you fear? Man and man's systems, or do you fear God? Who's the reaper? Don't fear the reaper? I think you should fear the reaper. Go heal. Do the right thing. But when it comes to these lies and hides, stop it. Stop lying, stop hiding. Something belongs to someone, just come clean. Just come clean, do the right thing. Save the people in your family, the ones that at least you do care about. I mean, you're throwing it all away if you don't. You're literally throwing it all away. And go listen to the Hopi Prophecy Wall, because that is literally, your line ends. The rest of us will continue on, but your line ends if you don't. Come to God, have that come to Jesus moment, and pray, and ask for healing. God can heal you, okay? But you've got to do this, or you forfeit everything. You want riches and abundance? That's the only way. You have to clear your karmic debt. And someone who's been through the worst of it, I mean, they know how to help that stuff being cleared up a lot quicker, you know? So, all right, y'all. Take care. God bless.